You twins?
Nah, we cousins.
There's a moment around the halfway point of Sinners where I stopped and thought to myself that I was watching one of the greatest things I've ever seen put to film. Sinners is a one-of-a-kind movie, and just like my video on The Beast, it'll be impossible for me to talk about the brilliance of Sinners without spoiling what makes it so special, but I'm going to try. Written and directed by Ryan Coogler and featuring his frequent collaborator Michael B. Jordan, who starred in every single feature film by Coogler, the Smokestack twins return to their local hometown in Mississippi after years spent with the Chicago Mafia, looking to use their new funds to open a juke joint, a spot for drinks, dancing, and everything in between for people to let loose and be free. Michael B. Jordan leads the screen as Smoke and Stack, and combined with Coogler's script, he's just captivating, doing what he does best ever since his first film with Coogler, Fruitvale Station, all the way back in 2013. Jordan is incredible with how distinctly he plays the twins. You can tell the difference as to which twin is speaking with your eyes closed. Their mannerisms, the rhythm and cadence in their speech, Jordan smoothly delivers two memorable and unique performances with the twins. And co-leading with Jordan is Miles Caton in his feature film debut. Actually, in his acting debut. While an active musician, this is Caton's first ever role behind a professional camera. And man, we've got a modern star being made right before our eyes. Caton plays Sammy, cousin to the Smokestack twins, who joins them in their grand opening and performs for the juke joint. Sammy is just as much at the heart and soul of Sinners as the twins, and his journey regarding music and the blues, the restrictive oppressiveness of Southern baptism, and his struggles to experience freedom through his music, it's just incredible. The film's score, composed by Ludwig Göransson, is so striking and powerful, and with music being such a predominant theme of the story, it's another avenue for Coogler to flex his many strengths as a director, as his love and understanding of a film's score shines with how he uses Göransson's compositions in the film. The film has many mythical elements embedded within the story and history that relates to the characters. From the first bit of narration in the film, it's made clear the importance of music within culture, what it does to keep cultures alive, how it's used in opposition to evil or malignant forces. The music of the film isn't just flavoring for the world, it is its own character. And its role in the film revolves around not just what song is performed, but specifically who is behind the performance. I'd almost go as far as saying this film is like a musical. The sound drives the narrative forward just as much as the characters do. And speaking of the characters, the biggest strength and surprise with Sinners is how much time is dedicated to building the characters and setting. Everyone isn't just well acted by the cast, composed of Hailee Steinfeld, Jack O'Connell, Wunmi Masaku, Delroy Lindo, but they're also perfectly written by Coogler and fascinating to watch. The film takes its time to introduce us to all the puzzle pieces. The entire first hour really is all about the character development, but that development isn't just set up to get to the good parts. The setup here is the good part. This entire film is the good part. You care about all of these characters, their personalities, their hardships, their struggles. Coogler leaves you wanting some kind of sequel or prequel or whatever because the stories here are all so good. Like other classic ensemble films like Ocean's 11, Lord of the Rings, or John Carpenter's The Thing, every character here is so likable and infectious, and funny. There's a lot of great comedic beats and moments that land perfectly, and Delroy Lindo really shines here with some of his lines and comedic timing. Given the setting in 1930s Mississippi and the events of the story, I think some misguided viewers might walk away thinking that the film is just one giant allegory for racism, and it'd be a disservice to Coogler and his script to ignore all the different ideas being explored here, and in my eyes, the most important takeaway from the film that should resonate with every viewer: that no price is too high for freedom. Freedom from racial oppressors, yes, but also freedom from societal expectations, freedom from religion, and freedom from horrors that we don't always understand. And it all comes together in an explosive final act that is loud, exciting, and ties together all of the character work and build up for the most fulfilling resolution to the stories of Smoke, Stack, and Sammy. Sinners couldn't have ended on a more impactful point, tying together the elements of music, brotherhood, and freedom to deliver one of the most satisfying endings I've ever seen. Seriously, I want to rewatch the whole film all over again just to feel that ending. This film made me appreciate Ryan Coogler's writing and directing in a way that none of his previous films did for me, and it makes me want to revisit his whole filmography. The film's gorgeous too, with lighting that highlights this great dance between comforting warmth within the juke joint and how it contrasts with this cold, dark malignance that grows as the drama unfolds. You can feel the emotions of every scene through just the cinematography. I really love how much this film utilizes lightness and darkness in conjunction with noise and silence to help tell the story. I loved this movie. I don't know if I could say that it's a perfect movie. I need to rewatch it so many more times, but I can't think of a single element I didn't like, or that felt out of place or unnecessary. Everything here feels just right. There are so many interesting looking films set to release this year, and I know the average person only goes to the movie theaters a handful of times on any given year, if even that. But if that sounds like you, and you've somehow found this video, then you need to watch Sinners. Tell everyone you know to watch Sinners, because Sinners is a one-of-a-kind film that I will never forget.